A healthy diet is about living, and you can't live when there are extreme conditions set around what can and cannot be eaten. Hello everyone, I'm Honey, and today we're going to answer a question I believe so many of us, including myself, have wondered about. Could your obsession with your diet be affecting your productivity? Sounds strange, right? But let me walk you through it. This was actually something I once asked myself when I was studying, and in the middle of it, I felt like having a snack, but I refused because I was on a diet. Girl, no carbs, what are you doing? At that moment, I felt like I couldn't concentrate anymore. And this was when I decided to ask questions and see what's going on. So I did some research, read a few papers, and here's what I found. Research shows that when healthy eating turns into perfectionism, it doesn't just hurt your diet, it can drain your brain and your academic performance. This is actually a very strong obsession and is called Orthorexia Nervosa. So let's talk about it just a bit. What is Orthorexia Nervosa? The word orthorexia comes from the Greek word ortho, which means correct, and the word orexia, which means appetite or nutrition. It is simply called an unhealthy obsession with healthy food. Unlike anorexia or bulimia, orthorexia is not about body weight, it's about food purity, rules, and control. This is the feeling of spending hours deciding if tomatoes have the right calories, feeling guilty for eating one slice of bread, and skipping social events because the food is not healthy enough. This is when what begins as healthy turns into stress, guilt, and restriction. Okay, so we know what it is, but how common is it, especially among students like us? Studies have shown high rates of orthorexia among university students, especially in those who study medicine, nutrition, or sports. Groups that tend to have greater health knowledge, but also higher pressure to eat perfectly. So what does all this mean for your brain when you're trying to study? One of the most important effects it causes is decision fatigue. It's like every food choice burns mental energy you can use for studying. Another effect is stress and guilt. You know, obsession over food raises stress hormones like cortisol, which makes it harder to focus. And the other one is nutrient gaps. Cutting out food groups can leave you low on energy, memory, and focus, and honestly, I have felt this one. Okay, what do studies tell us about the relationship between orthorexia and concentration? In one study of Lebanese students, researchers found that orthorexia wasn't directly linked to lower grades. More importantly, it was linked to less mindful eating and more psychological distress. That means obsession with food indirectly lowered students' focus and academic self-confidence. Another study from Italy showed that orthorexic students had higher levels of perfectionism and emotional dysregulation. Translation, they were more stressed, had less free time, and felt over-responsible, all of which killed productivity. So what can you do if you recognize yourself here? There isn't actually much research on how effective treatments for orthorexia are. However, experts suggest that cognitive behavioral therapy can be helpful, particularly a method called exposure and response prevention. This approach gradually reintroduces foods you might avoid, while a therapist guides you to notice and manage obsessive thoughts about eating. Therapists can also teach strategies like intuitive eating and mindfulness to help improve your relationship with food. But there are also simpler solutions that have helped me a lot, and I hope they help you guys too. Number one, simplify meals. Have like 2 or 3 go-to-study meals and don't waste decision power. Number two, eat for focus, not perfection. You know, your brain needs balanced fuel, carbs for quick energy, protein for memory, and healthy fats for long-term focus. So don't skip meals, just balance them and don't get too obsessed with it. Number three, mindfulness is more important than rules. Instead of strict labels, eat with awareness. Mindfulness has actually been shown to improve concentration and reduce stress. Number four, self-forgiveness. One snack won't ruin everything, but guilt will definitely ruin your study session. So don't put extra pressure on yourself just because your brain needed something. And number five, balance, not extremes. Most of the time, choose healthy food, but keep some little moments to enjoy the ice cream, the hot dog, or the fries. Yes, this is my favorite one. Remember, a healthy food is supposed to make you feel alive, not anxious. When food stops you from enjoying meals with friends or steals your time and focus for studies, it's no longer healthy. Research suggests that tackling these requires more than just nutrition advice. It's also about stress management, mindfulness, and sometimes professional guidance. So yes, your obsession with your diet can really prevent you from studying or doing your tasks. Fuel your brain with balance, forgive yourself, and remember, food is meant to support your goals, not sabotage them. Thank you so much for watching. Love you all, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!